Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here this Friday. In Latin America, we have a saying like Social Friday. So Friday comes and everybody goes to do something, party, whatever. Thank you very much for being here. This month is going to be very, very special. October actually is my favorite month for so many reasons. September was great. Thank you very much for the great promotion activity that you all follow up. We did so well that actually the Kenkware Purifier, it is in Bacorer. But actually, there are more coming. But thank you for the support in all the activities that we do every month. Thank you very much. And well, let's start with October and let's see what's going on in October. So let me just share my computer. Let's see here and go back to the PowerPoint. So what's coming? Let's see what's coming this month. October rewards. What's that? Let's see. Make October your best month to date. As we approach the season for gift giving, we want to help you earn extra money. So let's see what it is. October will be great. So earn 30% on retail sales the entire month of October, and we'll give you more details. So earn an extra 10% profit on your retail customer orders from October 1st through October the 31st. And all retail orders must be placed from a registered customer account to participate in this incentive. And each order must be USD 500, Canadian dollars 600 or more before shipping and taxes to qualify. So consultants cannot combine orders to satisfy the USD 500 and 600 for Canada. And basically, this is it. So this 30% on the retail profits, they will come as we normally do from the 20% from the compensation plan plus 10% October specials on retail sales. So these will be paid weekly, and there's a few restrictions. Wellness subscriptions do not qualify for these specials. So we as a consultants, we get the 30% retail profits, and customers, they get 50 for the US, 50 Nikken reward points, which is $50. And then for Canada, it is 60 Canadian dollars. So next month you come in, you have $50, and you can place a product, the product of your choice. And if you want a product that is over the $50, let's say, of course you complete the remaining there. So this is the incentive, the activity that we have for October. And let me just recap a little bit what happened during our Seiko Kai. So we have the Kenkotherm gloves coming back, and just pay attention because this is a special limited edition while supply lasts. And what makes this so special? Made with Nikken ceramic reflective fiber technology, antibacterial properties, help ease muscular and joint discomforts of hands, wrists, and knuckles, and provides mild compression and support with exceptional comfort. So you can see the feature and benefits. Everything is right now in our website. So this is actually a product that you were asking for it, so it is back. So just remember, this is a special limited edition. So this is the pricing, the exact pricing for all sizes. This is Kenkotherm gloves, and now available to order. Following the pricing strategy, I just want to let you know that we actually include CV commissions for the Kensen hand sanitizer, 40%, and then as well for the Kensen Surface Cleaner, 50%, and the Kensen Surface Cleaner Refill, 50%. So every time we purchase these products, you get commissions, you get CV. So let's continue with the events. This month is very, very special because for the second year, we have been working together with all the other, let's say, Nikken countries, like Latin America, Europe, and in this case, for the US and Canada. And it's going to be very, very special. We are going to gather together. It's not going to be a physical gathering, but it's going to be a virtual one. But it's going to be very, very important. So let's see. When you go to the rotating banner on my Nikken, you click there and you can get your ticket. It is $10. So save the date. It's going to be October the 22nd and the 23rd. We have wonderful, wonderful speakers. It will be Yvonne de la Flor, Jaime Jaramillo, Papa Jaime, Barbara Cox from the UK, and then Dave Bolser, Dr. Walter Kim, and Siri Linley. They are amazing speakers. So as well, you can call customer service and you can place, you order, in this case, your ticket for the convention. As I mentioned, this is global, so it will be available in German, it's going to be available in French, Spanish, and of course, English is going to be the main language for all the conventions. So our participants, they are making a big, big effort to contribute because everything is going to be in English. And so Latin America will adapt to the English language as well, Europe. So that will be incredible. So we have a lot of activities, and then it's going to be very, very special. That the theme for this convention is living with a purpose. And do we know what is our purpose when we come to planet Earth? Sometimes we don't know, we get lost. So it's going to be very, very important. We will change the tone of what is coming, and it will be a lot of reflection and a lot of wonderful, let's say, pondering about who we are and what is our purpose in life. And for this, actually, I invite some of our Royal Diamond leaders to be here in this call, in this kickoff call, and they are very special to me. I have been seen them how they progress, and some of them, they have been here for 30 years, 20 years. So it is amazing the caliber of these great leaders. So I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm gonna invite some of them. I just got a message saying they cannot be here, but I can see Julie Terra is there. Let's see, Michael DiMuccio is there, Dave Rolfe is there, and I'm trying to look for Susan Carver and Kim and Ben. If you are there, just raise your hand, because I have a lot of people and I'm just the only one here. So we can give you a spotlight. So I'm going to start sharing, and I'm going to invite them, and we will do like a spot. Let's see here. Dave, you're here, so let's just do spot, and then I'm just going to add. Bear with me. I'm the only one doing this. Add, and this is Michael. Michael, and our dear friend Ben is here. So let me add Ben. So I don't see Susan Carver. Let's see, and I don't see her rap. But if you are here, please raise your hand, because there's a lot of people, 69, and we don't see you. So anyway, the question that I sent to you actually is more like to think from the inside, from the heart. And I think it is a tough question, but this will be the theme of our convention, living your purpose. And I ask, the question is, how is your purpose? How is your purpose in life? And how you connect Nikken into this purpose? And what thoughts come to your mind? And just please share with us. And Michael, do you want to go first?
Okay, sure. This one's an easy one for me, really easy. It's not an accident. We came up with this image many decades ago, 2 decades, or I don't know how long ago, but anyway, Notice at the center is the word spirit. In other words, that's something I always identified myself as a human being as. It's a spirit living in a physical world, physical reality. And we define our reality as our body. You know, I have a body. I'm not a body, but I have a body. My spirit does. I have a mind, which is the way I perceive reality. I have family. These are the immediate and closest relationships in my life. I have a role to play in society and society that surrounds me, which is where I'm able to extend my purpose and my value and service to others. And then finances is the material. It's the way I actually am able to navigate in the material world for the exchange of things to make life possible and even more meaningful if it includes the ability, for instance, to extend my service to a greater reach. So I've always seen Nikken as the perfect vehicle to address what it is that I relate to as a sense of purpose. In other words, it's the movement toward the fulfillment of these 5 pillars in a balanced way. And I've never seen a better definition. In fact, I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor, who learned from his mentor, Earl Nightingale, who was quoted as saying, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And a worthy ideal is something you trade your life for. And so if every minute of every day I'm conscious of trading my life for better health in these 5 areas of wellness, that's a good day. That's a good moment in time. And that by definition says I'm being a success. So it's not a destination, it's a direction. And so having Nikken as the company that has brought this ideology to the front and center stage has allowed me to find a place that I could call home for the rest of my life. I didn't know that this was going to be the case when I joined Nikken. I had no idea that these pillars and this philosophy and this business would attract me to the degree that it did and hold me to the degree that it did, because I had very, very big aspirations in life. But I fell completely in love with the idea. And, you know, with Nikken being the company whose business is a business with purpose, having the definition of purpose and encompassing everything that I am is extremely important, because even if you're 2 degrees off, after a period of time, it wears off. And the luster of this wears off. But because Nikken is right on point, it just doesn't wear off. And so I'm thrilled, I'm happy every day that I'm actually doing and building my Nikken business, because it is the fulfillment of my purpose.
Thank you very much, Michael. And so we have Dave who want to go next.
Well, I'd love to go next. Michael, you took the words right out of my mouth, which was kind of interesting because it came from a totally different level. When I first started in life, I had no idea where I was going. Where was the manual? There was no manual to operate on. Hopefully I was going to do well. I didn't do well in school, but I started to learn I could talk and communicate with other people, and having a family was very important as a purpose, and having friends was important as a purpose, and then in my mid-20s, 1975, I found my purpose was to attain spiritual freedom, and that was a big quest for me, and my mentor is a guy by the name of L. Ron Hubbard, and I've been following him since then, and I've never been disappointed. But the challenge with the spiritual freedom was it required a lot of time. And, living a life and having a family and earning an income required a lot of time. And the result was, well, which do you go for? It's, it's almost a full-time schedule on both sides. And then in 1990, I get this call from a guy about this new Japanese company selling magnets with an idea that was like, you got to be kidding me. But little did I know what was behind all that. And it actually started in 1975 when I had this initial quest, and I was introduced to the industry in 1975. So, a lot of coincidence around the 1975 timeframe. But what happened was I played the game and followed and did what I was supposed to do. I had great business mentors, great teachers of network marketing, and then I was able to do everything. I kind of hung up my active duty when I was 49 years old. I'm now 70. And in that 21-year period of time since I did that, I've started many other businesses. I've reached levels of awareness that I never thought were possible. And I'm truly blessed with what I do, and that is to help others find their way in the sense of whatever it is. That's what I love to do the most, is teach other people what the real rules are, what the truth is, and let them figure it out by applying what they learn and moving forward. And so Nikan was the vehicle that allowed me to really hone my skills, and accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish, both spiritually and physically and structurally, and all of those wonderful things. And so here we're coming up to this convention, which is happening this weekend on the 22nd and 23rd, and I invite everybody to pop into this, because this is just going to be darned exciting. And I think it's going to awaken and reawaken some ideas of where we can go and what we can do and how we can play and how we can participate. And as I say, and I'm coining this, there is no such thing as failure in Nikan. There's just a lack of doing what you're supposed to do and not understanding what you're supposed to do. If you put those two things together and go do it like everybody else does, then this is a world that is just fantastic. I mean, the benefits are second to none. So, again, Michael, my hat's off to you, and what you said. I think is we're finally come up with something we agree with. Yeah. Anyway,
Thank you very much, Dave.
there you go, Ruben.
Thank you. And I really like the fact that in the beginning you start with the family, what is one of our pillars of the wellness. And you will see that a lot in our convention. So thank you very much, Dave. So, Julie.
Hi, guys. Well, it's so fabulous to hear the priority speakers, because I would also say it's about the mission and about spiritual freedom and spiritual enlightenment. And, Mike mentioned about, what's our earliest memories and things. And I have incredibly early memory. I think I was pre-verbal, and people don't believe it, but it's absolutely true. I remember it to this day, where I was outside, probably in a pram, and I had a memory. I was like, or a knowing, and the knowing was, oh, I've come on a mission. I've been asked to come. In other words, I wasn't made to come. I've been asked to come, and I agreed. And I was looking at the sunlight through the trees, and I'm sure I was hearing birds, although I don't remember that. And I thought, I like it here. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. And that's, I never forgot that. So I was always about, okay, what's my purpose? What's my mission? And then when I was dancing in the Royal Ballet and Dutch National Ballet, I thought it's got to be bigger than this. I want to help more people. I want to uplift people. I want to inspire people. I don't want them just to come to the ballet to get away from their harsh problems and then go back to their harsh problems. I want to be more effective than that. And a voice at that time said, your life is about healing. And the moment I heard that voice, I was like, that's right. Because I'd seen a lot of suffering in my family life with a lot of pharmaceutical drug taking and, opiate, heroin derivatives, all that kind of thing, being really subject to that. So I kept thinking there's got to be a better way to take care of our health than what I'm seeing, which is all these surgeries and all these, drugs, and that weren't creating the desired effects. So I just went off right away. I just left everything. I left ballet, left everything I knew, and I went to search natural healing. And it was all about really just service to spirit, to source, number one, and service to the world, number two. So the society pillar has always been huge for me, and simply raising the frequency, because I think raising the frequency on the planet by living an inspired life and empowering others to live an inspired life also is the greatest thing we can do to usher in a whole new world, a whole new earth, which is, you know, what we're up to and what we're doing. So the way Nikken fitted into that was that I was very involved with natural healing already, with macrobiotics and doing my own healing work, energy healing work, and I loved it. But it felt like it was the one-on-one was lovely. I love one-on-one time with people. I treasure it, but it wasn't enough. I felt like I'm supposed to make some bigger ripple effect. You know, we talk a lot about the ripple effect. And so then I found Nikken and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, here it is. And as a promoter, realizing the power of the products and the context of the products, that it wasn't just about a vitamin or a mineral, you know, a drink or a shake. It was about all these aspects of earth and fire and water and air and nutrition. And I was like, that is a comprehensive understanding of health. And the effects are obvious. We all know the effects and they are stellar. So it was the products were huge. The network marketing idea of co-creation is fantastic to me. Cooperation, because I grew up in such a competitive environment with ballet and I didn't like it. I didn't like competing. I didn't like competing, especially I was competing with other women and I didn't like it. It made me sad, you know? And so I had stopped playing games as a young child going, no, I want to play a win-win game. I don't want this win-lose Monopoly, win-lose card games, because somebody's always upset because they've lost. And maybe it's me, I've lost, maybe it's them, they've lost. So the win-win idea got me super excited. The more I can help others win, we all win. And I could take my focus off myself and put it on others. So that was huge. And then the other piece was the community, you know, like-minded and like-hearted people, because I know so many people on this call and we are visionary people. We are thinking differently to the majority of people. And when you are feeling and thinking like that, it can be very lonely, because you kind of look around and it's like, does anybody else sort of think what I think, you know, like kind of, or is connected, and sort of find that, you know, the wellness community for me was super important, because it was a sense of belonging, a sense of family that I didn't feel in my own family so much, with all the drugs and the doctors. My dad, my stepdad, all doctors, and all just taking drugs, giving drugs, dispensing, you know, it was just crazy making. And I didn't feel connected to that. I felt more connected to nature, but I also love human beings. So, you know, I went through a period where I was like, I don't know, can I live on this earth? Because it's so antithetical to what I feel is a peaceful, joyful, loving life. So finding a like-minded community, because fundamentally, and it's very difficult for me to kind of zero down exactly on the purpose, but I think deep down, the thing I always come back to is the connecting the divine heart around the world, connecting the divine heart in love and in joy and in passion. I am a very passionate person, and in bliss and in peace. So the 5 pillars of health really exemplified like how we could work with that, and how there's weaker parts and stronger parts, and they're going to change during our lives, and how we can create that kind of focus through the 5 pillars, you know, to create true wellness, but not just wellness. I don't believe that wellness is just about having a feeling great in our bodies or our minds. I feel like it's for a purpose. If I can be healthy in body, mind, spirit, I can be more effective in service. And so I've always felt that it's not just, the purpose is not just to not hurt. That just doesn't take us anywhere. But if we are vibrant and we can really get out there and make a difference. So I love the 5 pillars for that. And I really feel very strongly that right now is a time like no other. And the reason being that the whole world is upside down. We've all been kind of concertinaed. We've all been put into cocoons. We're all kind of starting to come out of that cocoon phase. And I really think people are thinking about their health. I mean, that's obvious, right? Their health more than they ever have, and needing to take care of their own health, really be, taking self evaluation and care, self-care. And the fact that all these people aren't going back to work, the fact that 3.8 million a month are not going back to work because they've really reconsidered, they're reevaluating, and they're saying, I really wasn't happy in the first place, and I really don't like the place I work, and I don't want to work at a 9 to 5 in some big place. It is just stellar for something like Nikken. It's stellar. So that, the health part and the money part and the entrepreneurial part, because I love the idea of entrepreneurialism, and I think more people are thinking about being an entrepreneur right now than ever. I just signed up for an entrepreneurs class, actually with Lee Harris. I love Lee Harris. He's just so spot on, super spiritual, but very grounded. And he just talked about the entrepreneurs of the future. And I was like, yes, it's all about connection and greater connection. And how big can we feel? How big do we dare to be? How much connection do we dare to make in the world? And I was listening to him last night. I was like in tears going, yeah, absolutely. This is kind of what we're doing. So I just think it's amazing. And so I think the timing is really, really, really pertinent and perfect for us right now for attaining that freedom. And yeah, I want to make sure that everybody does join the virtual global convention on October 22nd, 23rd, because that's going to be phenomenal. I know we have those 6 special speakers, and I'm very, very excited to hear them myself. So yeah, make sure you sign up for that. And $10, wow. And it's a business expense anyway, but $10, nothing. So yeah, I'm thrilled. I think Nikken is about to take the most massive leap that we've ever seen. I feel very clear about that.
Thank you very much, Julie. I really like the fact that you touched the society pillar, right? So this is very, very important, and you will see a lot in our convention. How do we contribute to our society? How do we contribute to our brothers and sisters here on Earth? So it will be very, very important. As I mentioned, this convention will be special. It's going to be more from the heart. It's going to be from finding the purpose if we don't have one. So it's going to be very, very special. So everybody needs to join us in this global convention, even though it's going to be virtual, but it's going to be very, very special. And with us, our dear friend Herb Rapp. Herb, are you there?
I'm here, but I'm muted.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Wow. I tell you one thing, you haven't learned yet. You never let Mike DiMuccio go first. Never let Mike DiMuccio go first. He said that so well, and it was so deep. I'm one of those people that's been very blessed for 25 years with Nikken, and I wake up every morning thanking God for the fact that I found these products. It's made an amazing difference in my life, and I often share with people in my early days in Nikken that I learned more about my life and my purpose and my existence in the first year in network marketing than all the previous years of education. After 11 months, I earned a car, and it was a ES300 Lexus, and I would take off in that. I'd have the CDs playing, and I didn't even want to go home at night because the car smelled better than my house, and the sound system was so great in the car. But it's a beautiful thing to reflect. It's a time in my life. I just turned 73 last week, and it was just every time I have a birthday, I think to myself, "Wow, what would my life have been like had I not stumbled onto Nikken?" We talk about purpose, and that was something, you go through college, they don't ever talk to you about having a purpose. It never came up in any of the classes. And I joke with people about college. It's just the biggest waste of time for a lot of people because we don't do essays. I don't use algebra, trigonometry, all those different courses. But what I learned in network marketing the first year was just so much of an eye opener that there's so much to understand about planning your life and setting goals. And I had the gift of working with Bob Proctor, and it was 1 year on the program Monday nights, Lead the Field, which he redid for Nikken Consultants. And by the end of that year, my faith in what I was able to accomplish and my understanding of how I would go about being successful and setting goals that were way higher than I thought about doing it was just real clear how to go about doing that. And so NECAN has been an eye opener when it comes to health. I mean, I've been around so many wonderful healthcare professionals and understood using these healthcare products from NECAN, and also the nutritionals that have come along in the later years. And at 73, I can still play basketball a couple hours a day with 20-year-old kids and ski 5 hours a day. And until a year ago, I was a tennis pro. I've never lost anybody my age in tennis in the United States. So I've learned a lot about health. I also learned a lot about money, which is something that I never really thought too much about it. When it came to setting a career goal, I asked when I'd like to be, and I said, well, I'd like to get up every morning and enjoy the day. So I became a tennis pro, and I've done that for 35 years. And when network marketing came along, I just absolutely adored the opportunity to share these wonderful products, see people grow. And this past month, I have a young little team starting here in Atlanta. And my new consultant that went silver last month broke the month before broke 2 silvers. And so to see that happening and see what that's meaning to people and getting to talk to people, a young lady named Mel just went silver in the last day of the month, Ruben. She sold 5 water systems.
Wow.
And Mel is a young 82 years old. And her leader is Odell.
Yes.
And Shauna is her daughter, and they're on the team together, and they're just absolutely having the most fun. So I just get such psychic income from watching other people enjoying what we're doing and what we've been blessed to do for 25 years. I think the global convention is a must for people to really understand where we're going. Those of us who've been around for the 25 or 30 years, like Mike and Dave and Julie. I mean, it's fun to hear these people because we don't see each other very much anymore. But the gifts, I think, as NECAN is the gift that just keeps on giving, because just like Mike DiMuccio said, I don't ever get tired of seeing what we can create. And I know his daughter and another young consultant, his team, it just gives us such a thrill just to see growth in people, to see energy that's so vibrant. And, and we're in a trying time right now. I mean, I'm really happy, to be honest with you, that I'm not working with a company that's going to call me up and tell me I got to take a shot. I'm an independent consultant, and thousands of doctors and nurses and airline pilots are being told they got to take a shot. They don't know what's in the darn thing. So I appreciate that in NECAN, that we have our autonomy, we're independent. And I know that NECAN has provided us with the greatest products in the world today, and I don't have to worry about creating new products. I just have to introduce the products, which talking is one of my favorite things, is to share exciting things. So I just say thank you to NECAN, Ruben, you and Luis and the team down there do a great job. Keep up the good work, and just know that we're positioned in the right place at the right time with the right answers. And I love the idea that we can help people create income that's not coming from some company that controls us. I trust that NECAN is going to be around for another 45, 50 years, which most companies don't last more than 12 and a half. And we're celebrating 46 and 50 billion in sales. It's a good place to be. And I couldn't be prouder to be a part of something. And I hear all these other stories of people that have gone other places. They thought the grass was greener, and they find out it's greener, but it's got ants and bugs and snakes in it. So I'm real happy I've stayed with NECAN.
Thank you very much, Herb. And I love your energy. By the way, congrats on Odell. He did a fantastic job on the Seiko Kai. Good job.
Yes, he did. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Herb. And our dear friend, Ben Woodward.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Oh, my goodness, what a tough act to follow, listening to all of these incredible testimonials. I said to Herb, just as a side note, when he turned 73, I'm going to need to see some evidence of that. Maybe a birth certificate might need to be presented or something, because it's just remarkable just how wonderful he looks. So, these are 2 very profound questions, aren't they? What is our purpose in life? Yes. And how does it relate to our purpose in NECAN? And I think everyone has given wonderfully harmonious, synergistic answers. They've all kind of dovetailed and woven into each other's responses. You could make sweet music out of these answers, because they just all resonate so well. For me, the purpose of life, that's a big question. I remember when I was younger, my mum saying to me, there's only 2 things that we bring with us into the next life. and that is love and knowledge. And therefore, we should spend as much time as possible acquiring as much of them as we can. And I thought that was really profound. It kind of stuck with me. And so, when you think about it, as I've thought about that, it's kind of led me to, to me, that becomes meaning and purpose right there. But the question is, what is love? And what is knowledge? And where do I acquire it? And that becomes quite a search, doesn't it? Especially when you learn what it really means to feel true love and how to appropriately express that in a way that can change lives. And that's really what brought me to NECANN, was the chance to have a significant impact for good on as many people as possible. That's really been a driving force. How can I have the greatest impact for good on as many people as possible? And I had a conversation today with someone not within my organization wanting to know something about how to work the back office and reach out to different people in her team and so on. And I said, well, when I was on the corporate side of NECANN, I deliberately never took time to understand who was in which line of sponsorship, because sometimes that can make things complicated or tricky. Yeah, I just wanted everyone to have the same level of support and attention, regardless of where they came from. And as I moved into the field, I said, I've kind of kept that same approach. Whoever comes to me for advice or counsel or help or support, whether they're in my business or not, I give it to them. Because I think if it benefits NECANN, if it benefits them, it benefits NECANN. And I think there's a lot of people in our business that have that approach. I think that's really unique. And I think that's really special. I love, Ruben, what you said about how this global convention is going to be different in focusing so much on helping people identify purpose. Because I think what's happened over the last couple of years is so many people, in the midst of so much suffering and tragedy and hardship, have suddenly been confronted with, what am I doing? What am I working towards? What am I achieving, if anything at all? Do the people that I work for have my best interests at heart? And there's a lot of questions being asked, a lot of struggles that people are facing. And as a consequence, purpose is becoming far more important to people than what they've experienced in the past. It's certainly more relevant. So to focus on this now, I think is so timely and so critical, because what NECANN offers after 46 years of business is a message that is more relevant now than ever before. It's not a trend. It's not a fad. We're not talking green because green has suddenly become a buzzword. Yeah, we're not talking wellness because that's a new hype word that other companies are using, and we want to get on the same gravy boat that other people are trying to jump on. That's not what we're about. And so I love the fact that that authentic message of helping people become the best version of themselves and find that purpose in order to find meaning, I think is just so important. I remember doing a quick workshop, just really quickly, with a bunch of kids. It was like a career class, yeah, on what do you want to be when you grow up, for a job, like profession wise. And one of my sons was in the class, and I started out by asking him. I thought I'll play it safe and just ask him the first question: what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was expecting him to give a career response. That was the purpose of the class. He totally misunderstood the question. And he said, I want to be a good dad. What a great response. What do you want to be when you grow up? My mum's in her 80s, and she still says, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. Yeah. But I think it's important for us to understand this principle of being. That's what really matters most. And especially as I see, my two oldest now have gone to college, and they've left home to pursue their educations and establish a bit of independence. It's a daunting moment for me as a dad. But this is a time where purpose really gets discovered. And gosh, we want to make sure we nail that. This is something that we can't leave to chance, and we can't give it just, my son gave me this great quote where he said, we can't expect $1 million answer to a 5-cent prayer. Yeah. And I think we can't devote 5 cents to our purpose and expect $1 million results. Yeah. We've got to devote something better. And Nikken provides a vehicle to do that. So I would invite everyone that's listening today to really look through everyone on your contact list. Give it a second look, a third look, a fourth look, and don't deny anyone the opportunity of coming to this event in October, because when this is a chance for them to really connect with their purpose, this will give them a chance to resonate with Nikken more than ever before. And we know what happens when that experience, when that moment clicks. Magic happens. Yeah, there's alchemy. And so we want that. So like I said, look over your list, check it twice, and invite as many people as you can, because this is something that's going to be just phenomenal. So
Thank you very much, Ben. And yes, we invite everyone to join us in this virtual global convention, October the 22nd and the 23rd. It will be amazing. It's going to be a different convention. It's going to be more from the heart. And then it's going to be together from different regions, different countries. And all of us, well, some of them gave up their own language to create the whole thing in English. And of course, you can get a translation in a different language, but they are giving the best for this to be united in one language and for everybody. And it's going to be more from the heart for how do we contribute to our society, to our people in our city, in our country, in our family. So it's going to be very, very important. Mike, you want to add something?
I do. Yeah, I do. First of all, just imagine I get to play with these guys in one of the best sports of all time, the enlightenment of people. And I get to work with some of the most enlightened people on the planet. And we may not be on the world stage of the media out there, but I wouldn't want to trade that for this in a minute. We have all that we need here. What we need is to grow and invite more people to this platform, to this stage. So this World Convention could signal one of the most important events of our lifetime. I don't mince words. People know me. I'm pretty much a straight shooter. And there are important timelines in the history of the world, and we're living one right now. And what Nikken is a collaboration of mind that is connected to spirit like no other company I've ever seen or heard of. And if we put our thoughts together, if we put our hearts together and align with the right intention, we can change the world, and we are. And when you can do that in a moment in time, it's kind of like an orchestra. You can have all these incredible musicians, each doing a part, but without the same sheet music and without the conductor, it's just going to sound like noise, and nobody's going to want to listen to that noise. But if you can get all those incredible musicians to play their instrument with the same music sheet in front of them and a conductor conducting the orchestra, you're going to have the most incredible symphony, the most incredible harmonic music that can move your soul. And so what these events are in our calendar are moments in time. It's literally a moment. Like in music, they call them movements, and this is a moment to create a movement. And we are triggering that on October 22nd and 23rd by bringing all of the Nikken family together in one place at one time with one spirit and one clear and focused message, which centers on the most important topic of anyone's life, as Ben was pointing out. There's a passage in the Bible where there is no vision, the people will perish. But what trumps vision is purpose. Without purpose, what's the point of your vision? There has to be an alignment to your purpose, or that vision has no relevance. And so what we're going to do for, I think, the first time in Niken's history is have an event that really centers on the most important conversation. And that is, what is our purpose, not just now, but in our life in general, and how does Niken fit with that? Then we can step away from that and start to design our vision. And I think that's what makes this convention so incredibly unique. I know one of the speakers personally, Papa Jaime, and I got to meet him in Cancun at one of the Niken conferences. I don't know that you know this, but this guy was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize the same time Mother Teresa, one of his best friends, was nominated. This guy is on a world stage that's unparalleled. And we're going to have him in as one of our keynote speakers. Just that alone says a lot about who we are and what it is that we are doing here. So I want to challenge you in this moment here. In your chat message, there's been the repeat a few times of the link for the Niken convention. This is the microsite that'll take you to the convention where you can place an order for your tickets. At least learn about what's going on and so forth, and then log in and get your tickets through that microsite. There it is again, showing up on your screen. So before you end this call, go to the chat and click on that link. It will take you directly there so that you're not wasting any time looking for the URL, asking for the URL. And I'll tell you why this is so critical. Like in our business, I find that a person does nothing to promote Niken until they themselves are sold on the products. And that happens only when they purchase the products. And it never happens before that. So I believe that's going to be the same for all of us when it comes to this convention. It will not be top of mind. It will not be something you promote every day starting right now, unless you are already committed to being one of the seats in that convention. Of course, it's online, but that's still a seat. So I'm going to suggest what you do is don't just hang up on this call. In fact, go to the chat right now, bring it up on your screen like I'm doing, and I see it straight in front of me, https://convention.niken.com. I've just already posted it on all the social media sites on our WhatsApp channels. Click on that to go to the convention site, and don't just purchase a ticket for yourself. That would be the easy way. That's definitely a for sure for $10. But think about who at least are the 3 most important people that you want to have there with you, and purchase their ticket as well. And I'm going to even suggest maybe you offer it to somebody, offer it to them. I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be offering 10 tickets personally, because I believe that this convention is too important not to be at. And I know that conventions are things that change people's minds and their hearts in a very significant way. And if we want people to be more committed to what it is that we're doing and more focused on what it is that we're doing, it takes the kind of movement and symphony of a convention. When you hear it from these wonderful colleagues of mine, you can hear why people would be moved to join. But when you hear it from multiple countries, multiple personalities, different age groups, you're going to just be so compelled, and you're going to kick yourself if you don't have the people that you want to be there. So don't make the mistakes so many of us make and kick ourselves after the fact. I'm telling you, I've built my business around these events, and I've built a heck of a business. So I suggest you do what I do and promote the heck out of this event. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Michael. And thank you to our friends and leaders, Royal Diamonds, to be here in this kickoff. It was very, very special to me and for all of us seeing you together. Thank you. So let's continue with our kickoff call. So let me just share my screen and continue. Thank you all. Okay, they were our Royal Diamond leaders. So we have Niken Connect as well. All the wonderful leadership that we have here in North America. So they have a weekly, monthly calls, and you are welcome to attend Niken Connect. Our next Seikokai is going to be November the 20th. October, there is no Seikokai. Everything is going to be just convention. Humans Being More, we are preparing a big, big retreat. It's going to be in Georgia. And it's going to be December the 3rd all the way to the 5th. So it's going to be for a few days. So if you have not enrolled, do it as well, $99. And recognitions, let's do recognitions. And Team Tai Chi, let's do a recognition for Team Tai Chi, Ruth and Robert Lowe. And so you know the requirements for the year, for this year, 2021, for the Team Tai Chi, it is 5,000 personal point volume, 80,000 group volume, and 6 new consultants. This planning is for a trip to Dubai. It's going to be 9 days and 8 nights and other rewards as well. I'm just summarizing just the key elements here, but you can go to myniken.com and you can see all the information. So we have plan B, but right now we're going to focus on plan A. So it's going to be trip to Dubai. And then Team Kaizen, I want to congratulate to Madeline Sawarsky, Martina Quesada, Patricia Sutcliffe, Michael DiMuccio, Barbara Satterwhite, that actually by now, Barb already had all the qualifications for the next year, 2022. So she is in Dubai. So Kimball Sargent and Jeff Averyfoy, congrats. Herb and Grace Rabb, John and Annette Jackson, and Leo Limay. Leo Limay already complete all the volume requirements for this for Dubai. So congrats, Leo. Well done. And we have Marjorie and Robert Kalaluhi, Pam and Ron Barnes, Alexander and Ricardo Ras. And aquí the only difference, it is 50 group volume as you see it here. And the trip is still Dubai, 7 days and 6 nights. And let's see the progression. How are we doing? This is until August. So we have Gina Michalek, Esther Smith, Sue and Bob Kruber. By the way, they were so close, just missing one person there. Perhaps they already complete this, Sue and Bob. And then we have Barb Satterwhite, Sean Everett, Ricardo and Alexander Ras, Martina Quesada, Grace and Herb Rabb, Tony Collins, Leo Limay, Madeline Sawarsky, Kimball Sargent and Jeff Averyfoy, Dr. Sean Louis, Ruth and Robert Lowe, Pam and Ron Barnes, Kim and Ben Woodward. Congrats to all this progression towards Team Kaizen and Team Tai Chi. And Dubai will be great, amazing. So let's continue with our recognition for August 2021. So PPC, Potential Performance Commission Extra Cash Bonus, based on retail waterfall system. Start getting extra cash after the second sale of the waterfall system. This incentive is exclusive for directs, executives, and silvers. Congrats to Jake Beebe, Angelica Benitez, Skimfell, Sofia DiMuccio, Gina Michalek, Charles Smith, Michelle and Wayne Woodworth, Jessica Wolfson, Ricardo and Alexander Ras, and Kali and Jorge Isa. Congrats, PowerStar. PowerStar is the best way to start your unique and successful path. How do you qualify? 30 days from the first day of sign up, achieve at least 1,500 group volume during the first 30 days from sign up. And of course, your 100 personal point volume during this period. And as a reward, you obtain 100 Nikken reward points, equivalent to $100 US for any Nikken product of your choice. So congrats, Sofia Di Domenico. Very well done, Sofia. And Club Ki actually right now has a new way to achieve this incentive. Besides the regular quarters, we can be eligible for any period of 3 consecutive months. Like in this case, our achievers did it during June, July, and August. So in 3 consecutive months, what do we need? 1,200 PPV and 12,000 group volume. Reward 500 Nikken reward points. And I assure you, like if every quarter we do this, of course, we'll be Team Kaizen or Team Tai Chi. So congrats to Wayne and Michelle Woodworth and Gina Michalek. Congrats, Club Ki. And Club Ki Pro, it is kind of like the same setting as the Club Ki, but in this case, the qualification is higher. It is 4,000 personal point volume and 40,000 group volume. And the reward is a local trip, even though in the last actually, let's see, achievers, actually they went all the way to República Dominicana, Dominican Republic. And the other one, another country in Asia, I don't remember, it was, I don't remember. But anyway, it was wonderful. You can go anywhere you want to. So even though it was thinking in a local, trip, you can go anywhere. So you use your money and you can, if you find a good deal, everywhere you can go. So this is a really nice way to travel as well. Club Ki Pro. And then our new silvers for August 2021. I will present those. In order to achieve this new rank, we need 6,000 group volume, 1,000 organization point volume outside primary leg, and 500 organizational point volume outside primary and secondary legs. So let's congrats to Margarita Garcia Rios. Odell Grooms. Odell, good job. I see that you are here. So I saw your picture. Congrats. You did very well in the Seiko Kai. Well, all of them, they did very well. And then Marie, I feel embarrassed. She taught me how to pronounce the French last name, and I don't know if I can say it. Marie Pierre Bouchon, I guess, something like that. So congrats, Marie. And then Elena Massarelli. Good job. And Savannah Dimuccio. Congrats to all of them. Great. 5 new silvers last month in August. So very happy for that, and congrats. They are incredible. The energy, it is just amazing. I can't believe it. We were talking to Savannah and Elena about qualifying, and yes, they did it. So they are very committed. Congrats to them and all of our achievers, of course. Our top sponsor is Karen Pollack. And then top 10 PPB, Gina Michalek, Esther Smith, Ricardo and Alexander Ross, Sean Everett, Michelle and Wayne Woodworth, Sue and Bob Kruber, Tony Collins, Dr. Sharon Louis, Sergey Gurunov, and Annette and Dr. John Jackson. So MVP, Most Valuable Performance, congrats to Luciano Di Muccio, Martina Quesada, Leo Limay, Marina Romanova, Patricia Sutcliffe, Ever Diaz Landines, Barb Satterwhite, Grace and Herb Rapp, Madeline Saworski, and Dolores and Richard Lutzko. Congrats, all our MVP. And remember our social media accounts. You can track all the activities that we have, recognition and everything. So Facebook, our YouTube channels, and Instagram as well. So October, it is designed for our Nikken Global Convention. Remember that. So we will still have a kickoff in Spanish next Monday. And then we'll have our call for Team Tai Chi and Team Kaizen. And then we will have a third Nikken Quarterly Review on the 16th of October. And then just to follow up the Global Convention, we have Nikken Next on the 27th and the 28th. Our next kickoff is going to be Monday, so November 1st. So looking forward for this Monday during the kickoff call. And let me just stop sharing here. Thank you very much. This month is very, very special. We are gathering with everybody, all our Nikken family all over the globe, the world. So please join us. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be more from the heart, and we want you to be there. So thank you very much, and have a great month in October. So goodbye.